안녕하세요. 안녕하세요. Happy Thanksgiving. I wish I knew how to say that in another language, but happy Thanksgiving. I'm taping this obviously before, but the plan is today I'm going to be with my extended family, children, grandchildren, in a restaurant in Long Island because our apartment is too small to have the family. My wife's not doing any more of those big meals. She retired. She sent a letter of resignation in. My daughter doesn't even like Thanksgiving so much, my middle daughter. And we're all going to be together at a restaurant, which it's a steakhouse, but it has that day, today, Lord willing, it has the Thanksgiving option, turkey and the trimmings, or its regular menu, prime rib, rib steak, sirloin, filet mignon. So what would you choose? A turkey leg or prime rib? Everybody for the turkey leg, hold up your hand. And stuffing, mashed potatoes. Okay, I see it. How many for the prime rib? Okay. How come all you men are raising your hand for the prime rib? And women too. Enjoy your meal today and be thanking Jesus because he is greater than Moses, greater than angels, greater than anything. Hebrews 3:4, for every house is built by someone, but God is the builder of everything. Moses was faithful as a servant in all God's house, i.e. Israel, bearing witness to what would be spoken by God in the future. Don't go back, is the thrust of this letter. Don't go back to the Old Testament and its glory. There's a far surpassing glory than the Old Testament. But Christ is faithful as the son over God's house. Moses was in the house and was faithful as a servant, but God's son, Christ, is faithful over God's house, and we are his house. Who's we? Jews and Gentiles who have become born-again Christians, part of the family of God. We are his house. He's over us, going to maintain us, keep us. If indeed we hold firmly to our confidence and the hope in which we glory. See that little two-letter word, if? But Christ is faithful as the son over God's house, and we are his house. We are his people. We are in the family. If indeed we hold firmly to our confidence and the hope in which we glory. The confidence that we have in Jesus and the hope that we have in which we glory. Confidence in Jesus, not in my track record. That was the Old Testament. How am I doing? Am I obeying the law? Am I better than my neighbor? No, the New Testament says, all we like sheep have gone astray. There's not one righteous. Our righteousness is like the menstrual rags of a woman. That's what it says. Filthy rags, but that's the meaning there. That's our righteousness. Oh no, our sins? I don't want to go into that. Our righteousness before God. You're trying to get your righteousness up so that you think, now, oh, listen, how many times has the enemy done that to me? Jim, get your righteousness level up so that God will hear you and fellowship with you and bless you. That is a rabbit trail to nowhere. He is the one. We have confidence in Jesus. He's the builder of the house. We're in that house. He's over that house. We got to keep our confidence in him. And some of these Jewish Christians were shifting back to Moses, shifting back to, Aaron, the great priest. The angels helped deliver the law. And the writer is saying, do not go back there. Do not put your confidence in your meritocracy. You know what meritocracy is? That's your merit. You've earned good standing with God. You haven't. Jesus is your good standing with God and mine. Oh, God, help Jim Cymbala to remember that. On my best day, I ain't all that. On my worst day, I'm definitely not all that. But that's okay because Jesus is my righteousness. I have confidence in him. And notice the hope in which we glory. We got to not only keep our confidence in him, but we got to keep our hope. Now, hope always means future. Faith, love, and hope. Hope is future. You don't hope for something you already have. I don't hope that I'm doing this devotion. I'm doing it. So hope always speaks of the future, which means the return of Jesus Christ, the blessed hope that life is a little season of vapor. And maybe these Jewish believers were going through pow and persecution, and they would have less if they went back to Judaism, although they were not treated so well either back in the day. And still today, right? We know that. So our hope in which we glory. What do we glory in? That we're going to heaven because we belong to Jesus. Not because we were born in the United States. Stop it. That's an accident of our birth. Don't you get it? People who were born in France make a big thing of France, and born in the Philippines, they're making a big thing of Philippines. And it's all nothing. All the islands of the sea and the earth is going to be renovated by fire. And Jesus is coming, and we're going to learn for a new heaven and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness, and we're going to be with the Lord forever. That's what we glory in, our hope for the future, which is glory. We don't boast in where we came from. We boast in where we're going. Well, that's good. I never said that in my life. We don't boast in where we're from, our color, our back, Polish, yay, viva Polonia. No, we don't boast in that. Boast where we're going. My whiteness, my blackness, all that stuff. It doesn't mean anything. Because all races, all people have sinned and come short of the glory of God, but through Jesus, we're all going to be together. Don't you look forward to that day? We're going to be able to meet. I just met people in Kentucky who listened to these devotions. And you know what one of them did? I want to talk about this on Thanksgiving. This is Thanksgiving Day I'm doing, right? And someone left in my hotel room in Kentucky a big, huge package of Vienna fingers. You know about me and Vienna fingers, those cheap cookies? That's like putting me near crack. That's a drug addict putting crack there. But I give testimony. I never opened it. I never took one, and I gave them to my grandson-in-law because it's not pretty what happens to me. Well, I guess I had to end on a food note because it's Thanksgiving today. I pray you will have the best Thanksgiving you ever had. You know why? Because you're closer to Jesus, and you're going to thank him for all that he means to you. Blessings, and see you tomorrow.